welcome to Chamber Chat, and it is really just my opportunity to sit down with some of our members and talk about how the business is going, and it's our version of like the kitchen table, right?
Right.
So everything happens in the family at the kitchen table. So this is our chamber table, and you've got a brand new business, Life Squad RVA.
Yes.
So
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. And Life Squad RVA has been around now approximately 2 months.
yes,
So we're not exactly well established yet, but we are entrenching ourselves in Chesterfield, and with the help of this great chamber and all the people in this community, gaining momentum daily.
how's it been? I mean, what made you? I mean, especially you're 2 months in. When did you know you were going to do something different?
Well, that was kind of easy because my former employer decided to consolidate their operations and go back to their home state. So I was unemployed for I was between opportunities, you would say, for a little while. So I thought to myself, I'm going to find another opportunity, even if I have to make.
You have to
another
create one.
opportunity. If I created an opportunity, it's still an opportunity. So basically, with all the chips down, I spread them out and I said, where are my talents and what do I love to do? And when it came down to it, I love teaching, and that was just one of my passions. So I wanted to do something in that realm, and I thought to myself, well, I mean, I could look for jobs forever.
Right.
Who knows how long that'll take? Or I could just start my own. I could give myself a job, and I went out and I did it. It took just a little bit of encouragement, like how do I do it? But because I know people through this chamber, it was easier than I thought it would ever be, and it came true.
And so you were a chamber member previously,
Yes.
and active and involved, and
Yes.
so then the opportunity to create from the dream and passion
Yep.
into work
Yep.
came around.
It did. It did. Finally, I had an opportunity to take the reins myself, because previously I was a little hemmed in with the places I would go and the things that I could do for people, and what I could offer them and for how much. And sometimes people are a little fixated with price and things like that. But now, finally being able to sit here and say, well, I'm the business owner. I can do anything I want. It's just an amazing feeling.
Yeah, it's
You
very
have
different.
no idea, like, hey, can you do that? Let me check with the person. Sure, I can do that. It didn't take long. So it's an amazing feeling, and I could never have dreamed that I would be here 2 months ago.
And so, for those viewers who may not know what Life Squad is, tell them
Sure.
what you do.
Okay. Well, Life Squad is an American Heart Association training site, and with American Heart, we train in CPR, first aid. We do industrial inspections, sell medical devices, certify people through the American Heart with their cards in basic life support, advanced life support, and all types of nursing classes. And we also have an industrial side, which would sell the medical devices, which would sell the defibrillators, maintain any kind of safety program that a company might have going on at that point. So right now, the bread and butter of Life Squad as we get off the ground is your certification, your CPR, and your first aid certification cards through American Heart, and defibrillator sales. And I intend on adding a few more classes in some niches that have been overlooked for years. Just for an example, the state of Virginia offers medication administration, MAT training through the state for your licensing for daycares. For your licensing for anyone basically who has to give anyone a pill. And of course the public schools will be doing that through their RNs and their school nurses, but your private schools and your daycares and stuff don't have anybody. They're required to go through a MAT trainer. A lot of this has been separate. I have not seen where anyone has taken just the MAT training and combining it with CPR, and those are two required classes, certifications you need if you want to run a daycare or any type, wherever you're taking care of people that need medication. You need both to get your license. No one else has combined the two into a one-day class that you can save money on and get your staff where you need them to be. Obviously, you don't want to take 2 days, pull them offline and do one class, pull them off a line again and do a second class, when you can do them both at the same time. And we've just developed a way with American Heart, who had the software already, and our MAC training, combining them together. So that's just kind of a vision of, where I wanted to go. We're all, there's lots of, places out there you can learn CPR, but you can only learn CPR and MAT together from Life Squad, and you can only get our brand of customer service and high quality teaching from our company. And I've got instructors all over the Richmond area. We cover the entire state from Roanoke down to the Tidewater, and we travel all over the place doing that. Of course, our home is right here in the Richmond metro area.
Right.
So that's kind of what I've been up to, kind of developing new courses and then taking what I know and just getting it out there.
And I know you have a ribbon cutting coming up.
I do have a ribbon cutting, yes. It is going to be Friday, August 23rd at noon.
So next Friday.
Next Friday, August 23rd.
And where's the location?
That location will be at Strayer University. Strayer has come alongside me, supported me through this whole process, and has given me the facility not only to hold this event, but to hold future classes there as well.
So a great community partner.
Great, absolute. I could not have done this without Strayer University. So they're a good community partner. We met obviously through the chamber, and now I have a facility where I can hold and invite the local community all over, from Westchester Commons all the way to the other side of Midlothian Turnpike, to go to their Midlothian campus and take classes with us every month. Of course, they have one in Innsbruck, because we know how people, we got to choose. If we're down here, we want to go to class down here. If we're up there, we'll find some place up there on the north side of the river. We all know we got to have two places. But my best community partner has been Strayer. If you want to go to that ribbon cutting, we are going to give chamber members a free CPR lesson, a certification lesson, where you will get your card during that ribbon cutting if you choose to stay for that ribbon cutting, for the whole thing. There'll be networking, there'll be food, of course, because what else would you want to do on a Friday night but have some food and beverages? And then we'll start a CPR lesson. It should be about 60 minutes. Upon the completion of that, you're a certified member you can join the squad if you want.
Oh, I didn't know about the free lesson.
You get a free lesson in CPR, and it's a certification lesson where you could, if you wanted to order the card, we'll send you the card so you can keep it in your wallet and impress your friends at dinner parties or whatever, and save a life should that ever come up. If you're ever in a situation and an emergency happens, you know what? I went to that ribbon cutting and I think I know what to do.
And so members, in addition to in-home daycare providers who might want to get licensed and certified and have the credentials, businesses who want to have their team members certified could come to you too.
Absolutely. Any businesses, they can bring their team members. We'll come to them on site.
Okay.
They can pick the day. They can pick the time. We would just need a minimum of just 5 people. If they could get 5 people in a conference room, we'll do it anytime, any day, because we're in EMS. My instructors, me, some of the other squad. Again, that's where the name comes from, obviously. So we run classes all the time, and we want to go around your schedule. That's our motto. So if you're busy on Friday and we just can't get Bob because he's on vacation, but we want him, then just tell me when you guys are all available, and we'll be there for you.
Awesome, that's great service. So you had a chamber story.
I do have a chamber.
All right, tell me your chamber story. I don't know that I know the story. So
you don't know the story, and I'm going to just warn you, the story will start off a little bit sad, but it'll have a happy ending.
Okay, I
like all good stories.
Yeah, I like a happy
We're gonna have a beginning, middle, and an end. Okay, so this happened to me. First, let me just start off by saying In my career, previous to me joining the chamber, previous to me going into sales, I was in EMS for a few years. I also was with an airline, and I taught them CPR and first aid as well. I joined EMS, and I've been a volunteer for a while. And the real heroes are the ones that are out there every single day, getting paid to be there for us, to save our lives, to put themselves in harm's way. I'm a volunteer. I fill in for those heroes, and from time to time, there have been situations where I have watched people die. It's just part of the game. I have been the only face of comfort for someone as that life just leaves their body. I've seen that happen. It's unfortunate. And last Tuesday, I had to put my 16-year-old dog down, who's been there for me when I proposed to my wife.
Oh.
She was there when I brought both my kids home from the hospital. And I took her in. She's 16. She was old. And she had some troubles. And I was there. I looked her in the eye. I saw exactly what I saw when I've seen this before. But it's just a little bit harder when it's someone that when you have a relationship with. But you never forget those moments. They're imprinted on you forever. I said that so I could say this. That was last Tuesday. That same day, I also had a deep dive, a presentation with my lunch bunch, because I'm on the lunch bunch. So I go there, and I was going to give them a presentation.
The lunch bunch is our connections group. It's our referral group program that we have. We have about 6 of them in the chamber.
Yep, and it's great. And we take turns just kind of going a little bit deeper into our businesses and referring people. It was my turn to do that Tuesday, so I got my stuff together after that, because I'm ready. I'm jumped in the car. I'm heading down 288, and as I'm getting off Hull Street Road, I shred my tire, and I am disabled right in between the 2 overpasses of 288 and Hull Street Road. I'm stuck there. 10 minutes before I'm supposed to start my presentation, and I'd say just hours after, I visited the vet. I'm in the middle of sending an email at this time. Picture this, on the side of the road, thinking that, okay, don't worry, guys, I'll be there in a few. Having a little bit of trouble. Don't worry about me. Apparently now I'm disabled on the side of the road. Exclamation point, send. Of course, then I pull that email later. I'm like, this looks very weird. Who would send exclamation points in an email like that? Is this guy mentally disturbed? You might think to yourself. Don't worry about me. I'm just disabled. Exclamation point. Weird. Okay. So anyway, I pull that email up and I think it's funny. But so I send that out to the lunch bunch, and I get nothing but support from them. Are you okay? Can we come get you? Can we come out there? I mean, is there anything that we can do? And just the pouring of support when I needed them the most is something that I'll never forget. It's one of those things that I just mentioned that you'll live your whole life and you won't forget the times that people are there for you.
That's right.
Not just when someone that you love leaves, but the people that come around you and support you. I can't describe that in words to you, and how nice that was to have that. And still, the outpouring to this day. I know you had a bad day. Is there anything we can do? You can do whatever you need to do. Just let us know how we can help. And I've never felt like I've belonged anywhere else more than here, right then and there. So I wanted to tell you that.
That's a fantastic story. With a beautiful happy ever after.
Thank you. Everything is fine. Everything's fine now. My car is fixed, and we're okay. Things happen for a reason, they say. So I guess my lunch bunch will just have to see my presentation at another time. But it's good, and I appreciate this chamber for so many reasons. It's not just those. But those are personal reasons. Those are things, like I said, you'll never forget. Um, but it's even if nothing bad happens to you in your life, God, if that's you, good, you're blessed. But if everything's just going good, people still come alongside. They want to help you here in this chamber. Like I mentioned, Strayer, like I mentioned, they're not the only ones. There are so many other companies that said, is there anything that we can do to help you get your company going? I mean, I can give you some advice. Just advice. Come to my office. We'll have coffee. Have you ever thought about this type of web program? No, of course not, because I've never developed a website, so
Right.
I haven't actually. But
Right.
thank you for mentioning that. So the things that you get are just irreplaceable, and I appreciate it.
So if we've got a viewer who it's the middle of their Monday and they're viewing this and they're thinking, I'm in between opportunities.
Yeah.
How do I figure out what's my next opportunity? What would you tell them?
I would tell them, and it might seem cliche to follow your heart, to do what your passion is, but you really have to take an inventory of what makes you happy. At the end of the day, what will really make a difference? What will make a difference in the world? Make a list and title it those things. I helped someone, again, I just happen to be in a career that literally will save lives. So that's a good thing. But it doesn't matter. Helping somebody save money for retirement, it's important. Helping somebody, get to where they need to be in life, and is still just important. So take an inventory of the things that you do best. What do you do best? Do you command a room? Do you organize like nobody's business? Are you the kind of person that can, command a room and get people to listen to you? Do you love teaching? Do you just love sitting at your office and just knocking it out of the park with emails and being creative? Put it all out there and go, what is it that I can do with these things? Even if those things you just make yourself. You just gather them all together and go, you know what? There's something out here that I can do and incorporate all these things. I can look for a job. I can create a job. If that market exists. Luckily for me, that market existed. But your talents, those people who are watching right now, your talents are wanted everywhere. It's not just, the company that you're trying, or your career path. I've always wanted to be in sales. But now I'm not so sure, a person might think. And if they take that inventory and go, you know what, if I go to a couple of chamber meetings, maybe if I do a few other social events, I can make this work for me. And if not, that's okay. That's okay. I guess my best advice is just to take a self-inventory of the best things that you can do. What are your talents? Follow them. Because that's where you're being called. Follow your talents.
So what's next for Life Squad? Do you have like a first year set of goals?
I do. Well, first, obviously, there's the ribbon cutting. There's the company launch that's coming up Friday, August 23rd at noon at Strayer University. Free CPR lesson and certification. After that, I'm going to have monthly classes at different locations. So we will have, down here in Midlothian, obviously Strayer is going to have monthly classes. On the north side, I've partnered with another nursing university, South University. They're going to want to continue to have classes. So we can have inside classes. My goal would be to hire probably 10 employees, 10, because, I don't know what classes are coming, some sort of part-time, 1099 instructor type employees who would want to teach classes for me. When I get that ball rolling, I have several big clients that have come over, like Tom Cruise, Jerry Maguire. I was like, who's coming with me? If one person came with me, I'd be fine. So far I'm doing fine.
And where can people find out more?
They can find out more about Life Squad, our events, from our Facebook page and from our website, which is lifesquadrva.com. That, again, is under construction but should be live by Friday, August 23rd. The website and business will launch at the same time. So those are some things you could expect from Life Squad RVA, and of course to see me around it. I'm also part of the nonprofit. I want to give a shout out, of course, to the nonprofit committee. They've come alongside me as well and have always supported me. Our connections grew, and you'll see me at chamber events. So outside of that, Life Squad will be all over the community. All you got to do is just pick up the phone, email, and we'll be there for you.
Awesome, David. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you, Danielle.
We'll see you at the next chamber event.
Yes, indeed. I appreciate it. Thank you.